see, we got another one here. Nyasha Champ says, the Zoroastrians are responsible for Christmas trees, correct? Or is that a myth?
No, it's not a myth. It's a little more complex than that. So there were two great ancient Iranian religions. One is Zoroastrianism and the other is Mithraism. And they essentially got mixed up with each other. They wound up fusing. They wound up basically becoming syncretized, is what the academics call it. They became integrated into a kind of complex ancient Iranian belief system. And in that ancient Iranian belief system, the evergreen tree is a symbol of truth and of the immortality of the truth, right? And in Iran in particular, the most common form of evergreen is the cypress tree. And so the Mithraists, even before the time of Zarathustra, would worship the cypress tree as a symbol of immortal truth and give gifts to the tree. And moreover, Amanita muscaria mushrooms grow around evergreen trees. And if you look at the color scheme of Mithraism, it's basically green, white, and red. And you see this not only on the flag of Iran, but on the flag of every country, most countries that were part of the Iranian Empire. So this red, white, and green color scheme, which are the Christmas colors, is something that you get from the association between evergreens and Amanita mushrooms. And the ancient Mithraists used to drink a potion called Homa, which was made with psychedelic mushrooms and basically put them into a kind of trance state. This was part of the communion ritual of Mithraism, which also is one of the ancient Iranian influences on Christian ritual, the drinking of wine at the communion table, except the wine was laced. It was spiked wine, spiked with amanitas. And so, it is an ancient symbol, and it was an ancient ritual to revere evergreen trees. And the color scheme that to this day is associated with Christmas is one that was symbolic of Mithraism throughout the ancient world, going all the way to Bulgaria and Hungary, where you had Iranian tribes living, and where the green, white, and red is still the national color scheme. And then let's not forget, maybe a lot of your viewers aren't aware of this, that Mithra was born on December 25th. So Mithra was born of a virgin on December 25th. And this the celebration of the birth of Mithra, which, by the way, is commemorated in Iran to this day, it's called the Festival of Yalda, the birth of the light bringer, and the Lucifer, as it were. And this is on December 25th. So, Christmas was basically an attempt to set the birth of Christ on the same date that had been celebrated as the birth of Mithra, whereas it's pretty clear from the Gospels that, Jesus was born in the spring. So this is yet another major Iranian influence.
It's basically winter solstice.
Yes, except that it was celebrated a few days from the calendar shifted over the years, over the centuries, which is why it's December 25th instead of December 21st. That's the accurate solstice as we know it today.
Right. And the tradition with having the ornaments came from drying the mushrooms out. They would dry the mushrooms and hang them from a tree. And that's where that tradition would come from. And we still have Santa Claus would wear the red and white. That correlates with those colors and everything. And then in the Easter tradition, we still have the mushroom worship too. I don't want to say worship, but correlation with mushrooms where, they send the kids out to go get the Easter eggs. But back in the day, they were going out to collect the mushrooms.